Spicy chai, it is our biggest seller by far. This is a concentrate for making a spicy chai latte with. Chai latte, that's 2 languages, Indian chai, Italian latte, milk. So chai, tea, and latte, milk, just means tea and milk. Chai is really short for chai masala, which means spiced tea. So almost every household in India, they have spiced tea made with warm milk at breakfast time. It's a really, really good way to start your day, because all of the spices are good for your digestive system, and they just warm you up and wake you up. And ours has a particularly warming effect. The spicy, what we mean by spicy, is that there's enough ginger and black pepper in here to give a really warm finish. You'll literally feel it in your diaphragm as you are drinking it, this lovely soft warmth from the ginger and the pepper. Our ginger comes from our amazing farmers in Fiji, and that has been pulped and frozen for us in Fiji. So when it arrives here, we have these special defrosting tanks, and we defrost all of our hundreds of kilos of Fiji ginger, mature harvest Fiji ginger, and then we put that in the kettle first with our water and start simmering it, and then we add the other spices that we want to make our masala with. So we have cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, and black pepper, and we've got our own spice grinder, and we put all of those spices through our grinder and then straight into the kettle. It's particularly important with some of them, like cardamom pods. Cardamom is like coffee. It's got very volatile esters, and that's odor esters and oils, and these tiny little black seeds that are inside the pods. Now, the moment you crush those, that smell, that flavor starts to dissipate into the air. And if you don't catch it really quickly, you're going to lose it. So if you buy ground cardamom, for instance, it's going to be like the ghost of freshly ground cardamom, which will be really butty and really quite resinous. It's quite amazing. Anyway, it's also one of the most expensive spices. It's the next most expensive after saffron, and that's really saying something. It costs us around about $120 a kilo at the moment, but it's an essential flavour and a really good chai masala. So we grind our cardamom fresh and straight into the kettle, and then we simmer the spices together for a while. Then we put them in a great big tank, and we leave them to steep for at least 24 hours. If you've ever made a curry, you know that all of those spices really need time for the flavours to marry, to get together and kind of, mesh. And a curry always tastes better the second day. So the same is true of, I think, with the chai masala. If you're making it at home in the morning, you'll be putting your spices into milk. And the milk, the fats in the milk will help take up the oils from the spices, and so you'll get those flavours a lot quicker. But because we're doing a water extraction so that I can give a concentrate that baristas can use really easily, we let it really steep overnight slowly, and then we've got our special sieve, and we sieve all of that coarse fibre out, and then we've got this thick, gloopy spice mixture, which we then add our black tea and our organic black tea, organic fairly traded raw sugar too, and then that makes the final chai, and we put those all together and then pop it in a bottle. No preservatives, etc. So what you'll see when I open the bottle, this small bottle, that's enough for 10 servings this size. That's a standard cup. You only need 30 ml, which is a couple of tablespoons. No one I know can be bothered getting out a tablespoon. It's about that much. And you can see there how much actual spice matter is in there. It's a really strong concentrate, and it smells amazing. It smells like Christmas. Now, small pause while I go and steam some milk. All right, not that good at this because I am not a barista. Anyway, you'll see, you just have to pour it over, and that's it. And you get one beautiful spicy chai latte. You're going to see those spices churning around the bottom. That is because they are full of real spice. Hey, my coffee machine's making a lot of noise. It's This is a little home barista machine. It doesn't know what I've done to it because I don't usually steam milk at home. Anyway, you're going to see a little bit of spice gathering up at the bottom, but that's because of the realness. Those spices are really fine, and because there's actual particles of real spice in there, it gives the most amazing flavour. So delicious. In my mind, it doesn't need any cinnamon on top because I put the exact right amount of pure Ceylon cinnamon in there. We don't use cassia. That's what is generally sold as cinnamon, but it's not the same thing at all. It tastes very similar, but when you cook with it, it becomes bitter, whereas Ceylon cinnamon stays sweet, and it's very important for our mixture that we've got that. So the two that we've got most of ginger, and then the second two most are cinnamon and cardamom, and then there's a little bit of clove and black pepper in there as a kind of like underpinning. But that's all you need, just hot milk, and we've done it all for you. You know, if you want to have a chai tea bag, it'll taste fine, but 5 minutes soaking is not going to get all of the gorgeousness out of those spices and into your drink. You really have to do the long, slow simmer of the spices and then the tea and the sugar at the last minute. That's how it's done in India. That's how I make it at home. And we've kind of done all of that hard work back in our kitchen so that all you have to do is put a little bit of our mixture in the bottom of your cup, hot milk on top, job done.